Niagara Falls is one of the premier tourist destinations in all of North America. The main draws are the waterfalls. There's a reason it's often coined the eighth natural wonder of the world, and these waterways are surrounded by all sorts of attractions. You have observation attractions that showcase the falls themselves, you have the Marineland theme park, you have 2 indoor water parks in Great Wolf Lodge, Niagara, and Falls View Indoor Water Park, and you have some smaller attractions ranging from standalone attractions to smaller family entertainment centers. So in this video, I will rank my 15 favorite rides and attractions on the Canadian side of the falls. I am biased towards amusement rides, so my ranking will be different than someone more into the falls themselves. It is also worth noting that new attractions are always being added to the area, but this is the snapshot as of the start of 2023. Number 15, Niagara's Fury. This is an interesting 4D show. You stand in the middle of this theater. You have some splendid views of the falls while also being hit by water. It may not seem like you need a poncho for an indoor show, but you definitely want one for this one. Number 14, Niagara Rapids Run at Great Wolf Lodge, Niagara Falls. This is probably one of the weaker water coasters I've been on, but that still makes it better than most water slides. You have a few drops and uphill ascents. The drops are bigger than most water slides, but not steep enough to give airtime like the other Master Blaster slides. Then the ascents aren't too thrilling because they're a bit slow and bumpy. They just give you more potential energy. Number 13, Canada Vortex at Great Wolf Lodge, Niagara, and Canadian Plunge at Falls View Indoor Water Park. These are 2 bowl slides you experience in a tube. Both have a sizable and fast initial plunge, followed by a few spirals and a giant toilet bowl. I prefer the body slide versions for the wilder exit, but these are still quite good. Number 12, Niagara Speedway. This is a fun multi-level go-kart track. Take one of the elevated tracks you'd see at a Fun Spot park, but make it a bit more regulated. The karts are a tad slower, and you need to wear a helmet, but the course is enjoyable between the helixes and large double down, plus there are a lot of cars to race. Number 11, Franken Coaster at House of Frankenstein. This is a very weird roller coaster from Wisdom Rides plopped down atop a building. While you cannot see the falls from here, some of the turns are really freaky. You feel a bit uneasy seeing the track of a kiddie coaster going right up to the edge of a building. And this ride has some fun sensations too. Many of the turns, particularly those in the second half, are very tight, and they offer super abrupt laterals that'll slam you to the side of the train. Check out my review for more details on this quirky coaster. Number 10, Ghost Blasters at the Great Canadian Midway. This shooting dark ride is hidden within an arcade, but it's as good as the Boo Blasters rides found at the Cedar Fair parks. The guns work well, and there are plenty of targets. It's the usual blacklit aesthetic with a lot of 2D targets, but a few will react to being shot. Number 9, House of Frankenstein. This is a haunted walkthrough. It's mostly comprised of these scenes that are triggered by buttons. Some are pretty morbid, but the whole experience is very atmospheric. There's only one scare actor in there, but they really catch you off guard because it sneaks up on you after all the statues and figures. Number 8, Niagara Skywheel at Clifton Hill. This 17-story tall Ferris wheel is a great way to see the falls. You ride in a climate-controlled gondola and get a few revolutions to see the falls, plus the surrounding town. Although there is a better observation ride I'll note later on in this list. Number 7, the Zip Line at Wild Play Niagara. This is one of the pricier attractions of the falls, but the view is breathtaking. You glide down the hill in the direction of Horseshoe Falls. You don't actually go above the water, but the views are so good that it's not a big issue for me. There are longer zip lines out there, but this one has decent speed and it's one heck of a view. Up next would have been the Pile Driver at the now defunct WWE Niagara. This attraction operated from 2002 to 2011. Built by Zamperla, this was a drop tower in the roof of a gift shop that launched riders 22 stories into the air. The launch was fine, and then there was a very good burst of airtime at the top. The view of the falls was not quite as good as other rides in this list, because it was a few blocks back, and also blocked by some buildings, but you could still catch a fleeting glimpse if you knew where to look. Number 6, Wolf Tail at Great Wolf Lodge, Niagara. This is a thrilling trapdoor slide. After a countdown, the floor drops and you have an exhilarating plunge. It's steep and offers a nice freefall sensation. Then there's a smooth and fast downward spiral with some force before hitting the final splashdown. Similar slides can be found at the other Great Wolf Lodges as well. Number 5. The Hornblower Cruise. This is the famous boat cruise that rides right up to the base of the falls. Make sure to grab a poncho because you will get drenched from the relentless bombardment of mist. You will get the full scale of the falls from this position. You feel absolutely tiny. And the experience starts and ends with an inclined railway with some cool views of the falls as well. Number 4. The Skylon Tower. This is a gigantic 52-story tall observation tower by Horseshoe Falls. You board an elevator and you have a walking platform at the top, and you can stay up there as long as you'd like. This offers the best views of the falls in my opinion. It is magical to see them from this high in the air. And if you want a really special experience, try to be up there when the fireworks go off on special nights. Number 3. Dragon Mountain at Marineland. The premier coaster in Niagara Falls is a massive ride. It spans 30 acres, and most of the ride is set ways back from the midway as it carves its way around and through a man-made hill. This does lead to a lot of meandering and less than stellar pacing, but the ride starts and ends strong. The first drop has good ejector airtime, the back-to-back vertical loops have powerful positive Gs, and the final bow tie inversion offers some more positive Gs. Some of these old arrow loopers have gotten rough, but Dragon Mountain is actually pretty smooth, as I cover in a separate review. Number 2. Star Voyager at Marineland. This is the only Zero star shape in North America, and it's a pretty wild ride. It is a very disorienting experience as the pendulum arm rocks, while the gondolas also spin and rock too. You don't invert as often as it may appear off-ride, but the full revolutions fling you towards the ground similar to a booster, which creates some scary visuals and some sustained airtime too. The ride doesn't have much in terms of positive Gs, but this is so disorienting and it has a long cycle too. See my review for more. And coming in at number 1 is Sky Screamer at Marineland. This is one of the best drop towers in the world. This is a trio of SNS towers that are all tall on their own at 30 stories tall. But this ride is placed atop a massive hill, so you are looking 450 feet or 137 meters down at Niagara Falls. The views are fantastic. It's not quite as good as some of the aforementioned observation rides, but it is still one of the best views on any traditional amusement ride. This is also one of the more forceful SNS towers. This ride runs in combo mode. There's a fairly forceful launch, plus strong floater airtime on the Space Yacht mode. Then the drop back down is sudden and offers a brief burst of airtime. Check out my review for more information on this ride. So those are the top 15 rides and attractions in Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. Which rides and attractions are your favorite? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.